We have all experienced it. You are lying in bed, trying to fall asleep, when your brain suddenly decides to replay the most embarrassing moment of your life. Maybe you said something awkward in front of a group. Maybe you waved back at someone who was not waving at you. Maybe you made a joke that nobody laughed at. The moment may have happened 5, 10, or even 15 years ago, but at 2 in the morning, it returns with perfect timing. Your face tightens, you pull the blanket over your head. You may even whisper, "Why did I do that?" But why does the brain bring back these memories when everything is quiet? During the day, your attention is constantly occupied. You are working, studying, talking, moving, checking your phone, or thinking about what needs to happen next. Your brain receives so much information that old memories rarely have enough space to become the main event. At night, that changes. The room becomes quiet. The phone is finally down. There are fewer sounds, fewer tasks, and fewer distractions. Your brain is no longer focused on the outside world, so it begins searching through unfinished thoughts, old conversations, and emotional memories. Unfortunately, embarrassing moments are very easy to find. The brain does not store every experience equally. Events connected to strong emotions are often remembered more clearly. Fear, excitement, shame, and embarrassment tell the brain that something important happened. From the brain's point of view, an embarrassing memory is not completely useless. Humans are social creatures. For most of our history, being accepted by the group was extremely important. Making a social mistake could affect your reputation, your relationships, or your place in the community. So, when you said something strange and everyone looked at you, your brain may have treated the moment like a warning. Remember this: do not do it again. The problem is that the warning can remain long after the lesson has already been learned. That is why a small, awkward moment can survive in your memory for years, while an ordinary conversation from yesterday disappears almost immediately. There is also another reason these memories feel worse at night. Your emotional control is tired. Throughout the day, your brain spends energy managing attention, decisions, stress, and reactions. By the time you are lying in bed, you may have less mental energy available to challenge irrational thoughts. Instead of thinking, "Nobody remembers that," your tired brain says, "Everyone probably still talks about it." Of course, they almost certainly do not. Most people are far too busy remembering their own embarrassing moments. This is known as the spotlight effect. We tend to overestimate how much other people notice and remember our mistakes. Because we were at the center of our own embarrassing experience, it feels important to us. But to everyone else, it may have been a tiny moment that disappeared within minutes. Think about the embarrassing mistakes made by people around you. How many can you clearly remember? Probably not many. Yet your own mistakes feel impossible to forget because you experience the emotion from the inside. Memory also changes each time we revisit it. The brain does not play an exact video recording, it rebuilds the event using fragments. Every time you replay an embarrassing memory, you may accidentally make it feel more dramatic. The silence becomes longer, the faces seem more judgmental, your own words sound worse. The memory slowly becomes a painful, edited version of what actually happened. And then there is the strange physical reaction. Like, you remember the moment and your body reacts as though it is happening again. Your heart rate may increase slightly. Your muscles tighten. You cover your face or suddenly make a random sound to interrupt the thought. That reaction happens because the brain can react emotionally to imagined or remembered situations, even when there is no real danger in the room. So, how do you stop it? Trying to force the memory away often makes it return more strongly. When you tell yourself, "do not think about that," your brain has to check whether you are thinking about it, which keeps the memory active. A better response is to recognize it without fighting it. Yes, that happened. Yes, it was awkward. And yes, it is over. You can also imagine the event happening to someone else. You would probably not judge that person for years. You might find it funny, relatable, or completely unimportant. Giving yourself the same level of understanding can reduce the emotional power of the memory. The truth is that embarrassing moments often feel painful because they prove that we care. We care about being liked. We care about how we affect other people. We care about doing the right thing. A person who never feels embarrassment may simply never reflect on their own behavior. So, the next time your brain attacks you with an old, awkward memory at 2 in the morning, remember this: the moment is not returning because it still matters to everyone else. It is returning because your brain once marked it as socially important and never deleted the warning. You are not still trapped in that room, classroom, party, or conversation. You survived it. You changed. Everyone moved on. And while you are lying awake, wondering whether they still remember what you did, there is a very good chance that they are somewhere else, losing sleep over something embarrassing they once did in front of you.